Okay, given that a and b are positive constants, on separate diagrams, let's try and sketch the graph with these following equations. Okay, so the first thing you want to know is that we're dealing with absolute functions. So this means that when you have a function of x, which is absolute by the two absolute signs, this means that the result of this function x will guarantee that the value of y will always be positive. This means that the solution on these axes, at least for the first case, is going to appear on these two quadrants. It will never come down here. So if it was to cross through the x, it would have to reflect. That's what it means. It means the solution of y will stay positive. So the best way to do this is to see what kind of shape we're dealing with. So let's have a go plot on some examples, some figures. So we can say when x equals 0, what do we get? We should get when x equals 0, we should get y equals the absolute value of minus a. So let's just stick with the non-absolute, yeah? Let's pretend there's no absolute sign. So y should cross at minus a, which is, let's say here. Okay? Now how about when y equals 0? Well, when y equals 0, we should get 2x minus a. So plussing a and dividing by 2, we should get x equals a over 2. And that should be around, let's say around here. So let me just mark something here and call this a over 2. Now all we have to do is draw a straight line. So in this case, this is quite easy. So let's get our ruler out. So draw a straight line. Okay, so it should be crossing from here. So something like this. Except the only difference now is that this part of the line would be faded out. So we could actually reflect it. So what we could do is that this line here could be the dotted version. So instead of crossing through here, we're going to reflect it upwards over here. So let's make another marking of it. So it's about 5 down. So let's say 5 down here. So now we just reflect it simply. So adding another straight line, connecting from here all the way to here. And that's it. That's literally done. So the whole purpose is to reflect the line. So I could just make a dotted line right now, in fact. So this is the point of reflection. Well, let's say it's here. Okay, and let me just label these properly. So we said this was a over 2 minus a, so this would be positive a, and this will here a over 2. Now for the second equation, it's the same thing, except now we've raised the whole system by plus b. So this entire shape will be reflected here, except it's raised by level b. So literally I would just copy this entire shape. So let me just copy and paste. So copy this. And just copy this, so shift control. So you want to do the same thing here. So instead of it being here, it's going to go up by a level of, say, b. Let's just say b was here, so it's gone up by additional factor of b. So let's say this height is increased by plus b. Okay, so this means it's going to hit here at a plus b, and of course this point here now is going to be a over 2. The corner of this point is of course still a over 2, and this height is an additional plus b. And that's it. I think we are pretty good here, aren't we? Oh yeah, the corners of each point. So again, this a over 2 b, and that's it. Let's move on to the next part. Okay, part b. So given that the equation is now extended to this one, so we have 2x minus a all absolute plus b equals 3 over 2x plus 8. And we know that this has a solution at the points x equals 0 and x equals c. So here they just want us to find c in terms of a. Alright, so what is the first thing we need to know? We need to know that the absolute value can be written in two ways. Firstly, is that the solution here is always going to remain positive. So this can indicate that, firstly, 2x minus a could be positive, or x minus a minus 2x is also positive. So the whole thing is positive. So our initial thing is that we can actually rewrite all of this as either one of these two equations. So in general, we can say that the first equation could be the first one, so 2x minus a plus b equals 3 over 2x plus 8. Or we could have the second case, which is a minus 2x plus b equals 3 over 2x plus 8. Now, all we have to do is plugging these coordinates. So plug in x equals 0 and x equals c. So let's have a go. So let's do x equals 0 firstly for both cases, yeah? So when x equals 0, what do we get? Well, we're going to get minus a plus b, so this would be minus a plus b equals, so 3 over 2 cancels out and equals 8. So we can say therefore b equals 8 plus a. Or in this case, if we did the same thing here, this will cancel out and then we're left with a plus b equals 8. So we have two arguments, okay? Now how about if we chose, let's try x equals c for now, yeah? See what we get. So when x equals c, we should get the following. So we should get 2c minus a plus b equals 3 over 2c plus 8. Okay. So in this scenario, you'll notice that this will collide. So what we would do is that we wouldn't use x equals c for the first equation. We would use x equals 0 for one and x equals c for the other one. You see? So we're going to cancel this out and then start right here. So say when x equals c, what does this equation become? We're going to have a minus 2c. So let's do it quick. A minus 2c plus b equals 3 over 2c plus 8. We know what b is, so remember we want to write this answer in terms of a, so this c has to, so the b needs to be eliminated. So we know b is 8 plus a, so let's pop it in. So therefore we're going to have a minus 2c plus b becomes 8 plus a equals 3 over 2c plus a. Now moving c to the left side and everything else to the right, so that's minus 3 over 2c across. So minus 2 minus 3 over 2 would give us minus 7 over 2c. So minus 7 over 2c. A plus a is 2a plus 8 equals 8. Subtracting a will give us 0, and then subtracting 2a. So we're going to have minus 7 over 2c equals negative 2a. And finally, timesing by 2 and dividing by minus 7 should give us a c value of 4a, 4 over 7a. And that's it. I believe this is the final answer. And let me know what you guys get. Compare with me because there's no actual general solution. So the main idea, of course, is to pick one solution and pop it into the other one. Okay, if you did it in reverse, if you start with the right hand side, let x equals 0 here, and let x equals c here, then you should get the same result, assuming there's no calculation mistakes. Okay, other than that, guys, I believe this is it, and yeah, I shall see you guys soon, and ciao.